Hello, this is Dwayne. Here's my re reflective summary for Chapter 4. Uh, chapter 4, yeah, Chapter 4. The chapter was the philosophical beliefs of education, um, and how our teachers, how me as a teacher, how my beliefs influence how I teach, my behavior, my thoughts about teaching students. Uh, I could say for myself that coming from a household where I had where the primary language spoken was Navajo. Um, I had parents who stressed, the need to try and learn, so I would be able to function in today's society. So they stressed that a lot. So I get my beliefs from that part of my upbringing. Uh, in the book, it lists two. One of the things that caught me in the book was there was a list of two perspectives. There was a constructivist versus transmission uh, perspectives. After reading the two types, how they are different, I have to say that the school that I teach at here, it's all curriculum. Everything we teach is off the curriculum that is told by our administrators, principals, higher ups that we need to, make sure that we follow the curriculum, that we keep, track with the PED uh, requirements, so that way we'll be able to possibly bring our grade up as a school. So that's what's going on here with where I teach here. Uh, there's a big push on they need to know what they need to know. We have to write the essential questions and our objective for the day on the board each day. So that's important for us here at this school. Another thing I listed in the book was diversity among all students. Here, again, we have this majority. There's only maybe two students that are non-Navajo. The rest are Navajo out of what, 200, a little bit over 200 students here. So they're pretty much. So I really didn't read too much into that. Treating all students with respect. Here, all I could say is naughty. They're all naughty. Okay, and another thing that states in the book is how we view knowledge is directly related to how we go about teaching. Uh, when I reading the chapter, I had to think about how I present my material in class, uh, different concepts regarding life science. Uh, some of the stuff I deliver to the students is pretty abstract, and I have to deliver it bit by bit. if I present it to them in a way where I give them the big idea, conceptualize it, then I think they kind of, I lose them there. So I have to present it to them bit by bit. And that I found that in order to recognize how you're going to deliver knowledge, especially when it comes to something so abstract as science, the teacher myself, I have to I had to do a little bit of homework on what I was presenting to the students, so that way I felt comfortable with what I was delivering to them. So, and then I had to kind of understand, get to know them. That way I know what they're having problems with, what they're not understanding. Uh, Sometimes they don't offer me feedback all the time. It seems they don't want to say it. I'm not sure if they're timid, or I'm not sure why they're not giving me feedback on whether they're not knowing or not comprehending what I'm telling them. So I have to understand my students when it comes to they're retaining the information that I'm giving them. And also they mentioned something about what is worth knowing, what a child should know. Right now here at the school, what I feel they should know, what is worth knowledge here is them, most important is they're knowing the basic skills, learning to read, write, and the comprehension. That's important here at the school, middle school here. And the book, that chapter, continue with the branches of the types of philosophical ideas, orientations to teaching. Reading to that in that part of the chapter, kind of felt for my students what they go through each day that I teach them, the terms, and it was like I had a hard time reading it. I still have a hard. I really don't remember what I read when it comes to these different types of philosophical orientations. It's just vocabulary, learning. It was a lot of information, big words. They also mentioned there was the modern ideas that were introduced. It's through a person named John Dewey. He came up with, I think, 4: perennialism, essentialism, romanticism, and progressivism. So they describe, how these thoughts, these ideas, these beliefs fit, how it fits into the art of teaching, what a person brings to the table as a teacher. I did take some reflection on some of these readings, but there are bits and pieces that I can relate to. So maybe as I progress into a teacher, I can maybe understand a little more about what was being written here. So that's pretty much all I have for this chapter. again, it was a lot of terms. So thank you.